Yo, it's your boy LT from the LT podcast, and I'm back with another episode. Alright, so this is how we gonna start this one off. First things first, I got my haircut. A little hot right now, you know what I'm saying? But I got my haircut, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like a new man, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like $100,000, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, that's what I'm saying. You feel like a new man. I feel better than ever. Smell good, feel like I look good. So, hopefully, I actually look good. Y'all think so. But anyways, yeah, man, we back with another episode. And this should be a good one. But look, I want to start off for real, by saying, yeah, the haircut, I dig it. It's hot right now, but I dig it. But yeah, so first things first, who's y'all's team? NFL, we on week 1 right now, so who's y'all's team? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want no bandwagoners either. I don't even really have a football team, but I watch it. So if you wait until playoffs to start calling your team, you cheating. They ain't even cool. You know what I'm saying? So call your team now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a team. I just watch it. You know what I'm saying? So back in the day, I used to call myself like in the New Orleans Saints. Back when they had Joe Horn. I can't remember who the quarterback was, but they had Joe Horn. I remember Joe Horn as the main player. But yeah, that was my squad. Like, I just liked them at that time, and and Reggie Bush. They had Reggie Bush as the running back. That's when I really liked them, because I like Reggie Bush coming out of USC. You know what I'm saying? I even like Vince Young too. When they think USC and Texas played each other in like a 2006 championship, I want to say. I think Reggie Bush won the Heisman Trophy, but they took it from him for something with money. I'm pretty sure that he did while he was in college, and they caught up with him. So, but yeah, like I'm saying, let me know who y'all's team is. I was watching some of the games today. I watched some of the Titans play. They was doing all right. They was playing the Saints, but the Saints got that defense. So we gonna see. My boy Tone. Shout out my boy Tone. You know what I'm saying? That's his team. He fuck with the Saints. You know what I'm saying? So Saints pretty tough though, but for real, who I'm looking to see right now is Aaron Rodgers in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know too much about the Jets, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers is like he's like I ain't gonna say exactly like a Tom Brady, but he's like a Tom Brady. Like, any team he go to, they either go to the playoffs or they just have a really good year. You feel me? And he plays really good for the most part. But yeah, and then we got the Cowboys. Apparently they got some good defense. The Giants, they didn't got Saquon Barkley back. Like, you know what I'm saying? They gave him that good deal. They didn't got him back. So, hey, it's looking like it's going to be a good season. Odell with the Giants right now. And when I was watching earlier, he wasn't doing much. The last time I had checked, he only had like 8 receiving yards or something. So, if anybody betting on him on FanDuel, you might be shot. I don't know. It was the third quarter last time I checked. I ain't seen this since then. I've been busy moving around and stuff. But I damn sure took him for 34 and a half over receiving yards. So if he don't get that, then I don't know. They should at least give it, throw him the ball the first game to get the fans into it, so they'll know what to expect more throughout the year. But if you only got 8 yards in the third quarter, that pickup was pointless. You get a receiver like him to, get him the ball. He's one of the best receivers in the game, if not the best. So it's like, you want to get him the ball. So get that man the ball. You know what I'm saying? Get out his way. Get that man the ball. Lamar Jackson tough too though. You know what I'm saying? But he need that Odell piece. The Ravens, that's my boy Graham's team. Shout out to him. I ain't really pay attention to too many other games. I stutter like shit, but I ain't pay attention to too many other games. But I think the Steelers played. I don't really know what they got going on, but if it's what I think they got going on, I don't think it's that good. You know what I'm saying? But what I need to get back into watching again this year is baseball. I think that's how I know my age is starting to kick in, because I've been watching baseball a lot. Like, well, last year mainly, but like this year I haven't really watched it. But I've been watching I've been like more into baseball, like sitting back and watching the whole baseball game and chilling. Like I'm enjoying it. Like I see why older people. Well, I don't see why, but I can understand why. Not even just older people, but most like people enjoy NASCAR. Like it's just a sit back and relax type deal. You know what I'm saying? Except loud cars going around, and I don't know if I can get into that. I got a cousin. He into that. He be at all of them Daytona 500. He be at all that stuff. So yeah, shout out him. My cousin Marquise. But yeah, man. Another thing. Did anybody watch the fight last night? UFC 293. I ain't gonna lie. That joint was lit. But I'm disappointed in Israel. I'm definitely disappointed in Israel Adesanya, man, because that's my dog, man. I've been on him for a while, but I love Izzy to death, but sometimes he pops too much shit. And I respect it because he'll back it up, win, lose, or draw. He gon' you know what I'm saying, he gonna talk his shit, but it's just like, bruh, relax. Just relax just a little bit, because, like, you know what I'm saying, it can happen to the best of us, and it happened to one of the best. So he took that loss to Perrier, Alex Perrier. He came back, won. Perrier moved up. Pereira. Is it Perrier or Pereira? Alex Pereira. I'm saying Perrier. Yeah, Alex Pereira. Yeah, he moved up. Sean Strickland, he comes and beat him. So now you're going to have to get that belt back from him. But I'm telling you, I don't know much about Sean Strickland. I don't know much about his background, but that man got some boxing history. He got a boxing background. The way he was squaring up and doing the shoulder roll and stuff, I'm like, man, ain't no way this guy ain't got no boxing background. I was telling Walt that last night. I'm like, ain't no way this man don't have no boxing history. Caught him, boom, dropped Izzy with a left. But it wasn't that he was just striking and catching Izzy with punches. It's just that where I'm telling you, where he got that boxing background, where he just boxed really well. He waited on them punches for Izzy to throw. He was countering all of them. He wasn't actually hitting Izzy with strikes. That's why Izzy didn't have his hands up too much, and he was weaving like that, because Strickland wasn't just, straight throwing hands and catching them. He was countering them. So Izzy knew that he could put his hands down and, like, kind of fool around, which he shouldn't have done, because he knew that Sean wasn't just straight up hitting him. He getting hit off of crazy punches Izzy throwing, you know what I'm saying? So he knew he lost. I could tell by like when he dropped him, I feel like that drop kind of took some fight out of him, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you could just tell, like, he ain't really, and then, like, Sean's face ain't have really no marks on it. Izzy's face was swole, nose was bleeding. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't into it. Like, I was like, I wonder when they got over there to Australia. Like, that was my question. Because, like, I'm thinking, like, if he just got there, I feel like even a week ago, he's going to be messed up far as, like, jet lagged, the time differences. Because, like, they fought at, like, 2 p.m. or something like that over there in Australia. So I don't know, but that ain't no excuse, because he's from there. Like, that's where he really started fighting and, making a name for it. So he's from Nigeria, but he, like, spent a lot of time in Australia, like Auckland and stuff like that, New Zealand. So he spent a lot of time in those countries, but I just feel like that really wouldn't be an excuse, because he's from there. He knows how it is. He would know to fly over there 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ahead of time and get ready, get used to that time zone, get your body right, because you're going to be tired, you're going to be sleepy, you ain't going to be there. So I'm not going to even say that's the case, because I feel like he knew what was going on in that situation. So, and then if that's the case, Sean Strickland, he's from America. He never really been over there, from my understanding. So for him to go over there and beat him in his own town, in his own place, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want to hear, I ain't saying it's an excuse, but I want to hear, like, what he say as far as, like, oh, I wasn't ready, or I wasn't, like, I didn't prepare well. That's what I feel like it's more of a preparing thing. Like, I don't know if Izzy had to cut any weight, but I doubt it, because he's a champion. But it's more like a preparing thing. Like, did he not have the proper nutrition? Did he not have enough water, enough electrolytes? Like, I just want to know what it is, because Izzy my boy, and he threw me off last night. And I was just saying, like, when he got dropped, I'm like, man, he out of it. He don't seem too into it like he once was. And I'll be damned, he just wasn't into it. And then he kept running. Sean trying to throw hands. He like, come on, let's go. Izzy just like, Izzy ain't really want to get in there and get them he ain't want the Izzy my dog, but at that point he ain't want them problems, man. He ain't want them problems. He was popping that shit at the press conferences though, man. Izzy, he got a mouth on him. That's one thing. He can be very, very disrespectful, and he can back it up. Even if he lose, he gonna come back and fight again. He gonna eventually beat him, because like Sean didn't do nothing too spectacular from what I seen. He had boxing skills. That's really what he beat him with. He didn't really throw too many kicks. He didn't really even have to block many kicks. And that's another thing. Izzy was doing the fakes with the kicks like he normally do, but he wasn't actually kicking like he normally do. His kicks wasn't reaching high to his head. His question mark kick wasn't fast. It was slow. It just didn't seem like the actual question mark kick. It seemed lazy and mediocre when he was throwing them. So I don't know, man. Izzy, he got me down on that one. He got me sad on that one, because I ain't put a lot of money on him, but I put some money on him. It's just the fact, like, I'm never going against him though. So I mean, that ain't gonna change. I don't care who he fight. I'm not going against Israel Adesanya. The last style bender. I'm not doing it. That's my dog, bro. Like, cause you just don't know him. Like, that's like when he beat Alex. The second time they fought, he was up on the ropes. He up on the ropes. He's sitting there like peeking through his hand. He just hit him with that boom, 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 drops him, pounds him out, boom, boom, it's over. So like I kind of felt like he been practicing more on that, and I thought that's what he was kind of doing, but he just wasn't into it. He wasn't into it. He ain't have that drive like he normally do. Like Izzy ain't have that. He wasn't really talking shit during the fight. Like he wasn't Izzy to me, and I seen it. I noticed it, but he gonna come back. That's just how Israel is. He don't that man, like, man. If you think you gonna beat him and he just gone and just be gone, you got another thing coming. That man is not just no. He don't do that. That's just not how he roll. That man's a warrior. He fight to the death of him. Like it's basically how he grew up in Nigeria, wherever he's from. I think it's maybe Nigeria, but yeah. So, but yeah. So that was something that was on my mind, and I had wanted to talk to someone about it, because I really wasn't 100% sure how this worked. And like I had seen someone say that they were poly, like, you know, I guess like relationship status or whatever that would be considered. But I guess they said they were poly. So I'm like, I never understood poly. I never knew what it meant. I just need to know what it's about. I never heard nobody actually try to explain what poly mean. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody that does that, but it's just like from what I was told, like getting the explanation, it don't really make sense to me. And I'm not downing it. I'm not knocking it, but from what I was told, it don't make much sense. Like, so basically this person said like I don't even really know how to explain it. Like they can't be with someone else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like their man is okay with them actually messing with other people. But okay, I know I've heard of swingers and stuff. That's what I was thinking. But she was saying like, I guess the way she was explaining it, it just really don't make sense to me. And that's why I'm like, I respect what you do, you know, that you're actually open about it, but it's like I don't understand it, and maybe it's not meant for me to understand. So like she's kind of like getting mad at me about it, like low key, in other words, calling me dumb, slow, or whatever, just because I don't fully understand how the poly situation works. So she goes on to say, basically like her man knows, you know, everything she does as far as like who she gonna mess with, because they go over it or whatever. And he said long as she be safe and come home or whatever, da da da. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm like, what's the point of even being in a relationship if you're just going to fuck off and like not even really mess with him that much? And she was just basically like, because I like men, like I just love men. I'm a lover. I like to make people feel good, whether it's talking to them or them talking to me about things, or whether if it's sex. And I'm just like, okay, that's a friend. But then she, like, I said it was a friend, but then she goes on to say like, no, that's dating. And I'm like, how can you say that's dating when you have a man at home? I'm like, that's just talking and having fun. But she goes on to say like, no, that's dating. Like, cause I'm like, I feel like, me personally, I feel like if you love your partner and you respect your partner, unless y'all have that mutual understanding, I just feel like if you love your partner, you're not, just like what a female would say, if my man loves me, he's not gonna see no other female. Well, vice versa. So I'm feeling like if you really love your man, how can another man turn you on? You know what I'm saying? So like that's where I'm having a hard time understanding, is how does another man turn you on when you claim you're loyal and love this man, but and then, I sound crazy because I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I need somebody to like inbox me, call me or something, because like the story she was coming with, it just didn't make sense. And then she said, she goes out to say out of her mouth, if me and this man break up, I will not have, what she say, I will not have sex with nobody else. But I'm like, what sense does that make? Like, why do you have sex when you're with the man, but soon as you break up with the man, you don't even want to have sex with nobody no more? I'm like, what's the point of like having sex when you're with the guy? Just be loyal to that guy and be with that guy. She's like, no, I don't even know what she said, but she's like, basically like, I have toys, this, that, and the third. I'm like, there's 8 billion people in the world. When you buy a keypad from the store, not a keypad, a key lock, a padlock or whatever, there's always 2 keys to it. He got one and somebody else in this world got one. And I just don't believe that you're about to go for so long if y'all was to ever break up. You're not about to go that long without having sex. I don't care what you say. You say you're, and that's the thing. She says she loves sex. Like, she wanted 3, 4, 5 times a day. So it's like, you're not about to go without sex that long. I don't care what women say. You can say, every female say, oh, I ain't had sex in 3 months. Like, okay, cool. 3 months, cool. There's been times I haven't had sex in 3 months. But it's just like, why is every female saying the same thing? Like, I just don't get that. I just don't get the poly situation. I guess I'll never understand it, but I was trying to understand it. But then she starts to go on and like call me dumb, like, you just don't understand. And I'm like, I'm telling you I don't understand because I don't understand. It just don't make sense to me. I'm like, maybe it's actually an understanding type thing, but it's just like, you're not explaining it well enough for me to understand what you're saying. Like, to actually make it make sense, it don't make sense. And that's why I'm telling her, like, you need to make this make a little more sense for me to get it, because I'm a technical person. Like, one word in a sentence will change the context of the whole sentence. If you say I had the phone the other day, and then you say, or no, let's say you say I had the phone, and then you say I have the phone. I had the phone is past tense, means you previously had it. I have the phone means present. That's now. It means you have it. Like, I'm just a literal person. I'm technical. So like, you have to make sense to me when you're telling me something that I truly don't understand. I'm not dumb, but I'm a literal person. So like, you have to be very particular with how you explain things to me, because like, I see through things, and like, if it don't make sense, it's just not gonna make sense. So like, I had to tell her, like, she started getting mad at me. I had to tell her, like, well, maybe you should get your poly story in line before you start trying to explain it to people, because it didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. And I'm like, if you was a real, like, like, honestly, and I told her, I respect her. I respect you because you came out and told me that most females don't do that. You just got to get in with them and then find out how they really are. But you're telling me this, like, that's respectful. Like, and it wasn't nothing like she was telling me this because, whatever, we trying to have something going. No, it was just like, I needed to understand the poly situation, and I never understood the poly situation, and then just like how that works, swingers and stuff. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I've heard married women say like, oh, I'm only with him for the benefits. She's like, he sleep on the couch, and when I called him to the room whenever I feel like whenever I want sex, so I call him to the room. So I'm like, so why are y'all married? She like he sleep on the couch. Da, da, da. I'm like, so why are y'all married? She came straight out and said, oh, benefits. I looked at her and said, well, thank you, man, because I'm never getting married now. Like all the marriage stories I hear is just like crazy. Like it's pointless to get married from what they're explaining to me of their reason of getting married. And I know back in the day that was the main goal, that was the thing to do. And there's no problem with getting married. Still want to get married, but it's just like it's gonna be real hard for me to get to that point now because just the stuff I hear and see and like it's just I don't know. Like I just feel like if you gonna do that, just be boyfriend and girlfriend. You losing money when you getting married. You paying all this money and taxes and stuff together when you get married. So just be boyfriend and girlfriend. You got kids or whatever. You can still, because people will be married, separate, and then still be messing with each other. Like just be boyfriend and girlfriend. Like they'll be married, separated, got their own life going on, but they're still legally married, so they can't legally like say, "Oh, I'm not married." Like it's just crazy to me. Like it's cool to be married, but like when it's a problem, like far as like when that marriage is hell, I feel like when I see people's marriages just going down, like I really can see why like it's safer not to get married. And there's nothing wrong with being married, but it's just like if you got a good wife, a great wife or whatever, and everybody had their problems. I don't care who you are, how perfect you are, if she was a hoe stripper or if she was an angel, y'all are going to have some disagreements. Y'all are going to argue, but it's just like just be straight up. Like I don't know, but yeah, I just don't understand that poly situation. So if there's anybody out there that can help me understand this, I would really like to understand it because like not that I want to be one or do that, but it's just I want to understand because my whole thing is like just be single, co-parent or whatever. And it may not be as simple as I'm making it sound, or it may be deeper than what I'm making it sound, but if it's deeper, I need somebody to explain it because she just didn't explain it. She tried to make it seem deeper, but it just sounded dumb when she was explaining it. Like it just didn't make much sense to me. And I know part of that is because I'm not there. I don't understand. Not that I'm not there, but I'm not in that situation, and I'm not into that, so I don't understand. So my thing is like I don't know. I don't know. I just need somebody to help me understand like what the point is. Cause be single, do what you want, be single. And it just really threw me off when she said, "If me and this man ever break up, I will never have sex again with another man." I'm thinking female too, but she like, "I got toys." I said, "Look, toys only go so far. Masturbating only goes so far. Like." I don't. It may be different for women. Y'all have toys. Men don't have toys. We just got a hand. We just got a hand. That's all we can do is just jack that thing. Choke the shit out that chicken. Y'all got toys, roses, big ass dildos, forearms and shit. Like y'all got some shit. Like so. I mean, I can kind of understand it, but like I said, I don't give a fuck how many toys you got. That's only gonna go so far. That's only gonna last so long before you like, all right, I need some real. You know what I'm saying? I need the real thing. Like this plastic, this shit ain't working. Smacking yourself on the head with it and shit, hitting yourself on the head and shit. Like, like the toys only go so far. So like, come on now. Like, I just don't. I'm not understanding this poly situation. So I really need somebody to look out for your boy and help me understand this. Whether it's you calling me private, messaging me about it, or you even come on a podcast. I would really like for you to come on a podcast because that'd be a good one for, people to understand that don't know about it or understand it. Hell, they might even want to start doing it. You never know, but it's just like, I need somebody to help me understand this. Like, I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, somebody that's actually doing it. I don't want to Google it and read it and study about it. I want to hear this person or that person tell me why they poly and what's the move about it. Because like then she did say though, men was supposed to have a bunch of wives and stuff, Which I've heard that, but I asked her, so then why are you the one doing the fucking and he's not? Because she told me he don't fuck nobody else. He don't do nothing else. Da da da. Don't text nothing. This, that, and the third. So I'm like, why are you fucking and he's not the one that's doing that? If men are supposed to be the one with all the. Proceeded to tell me she was in like a married a couple, like she was in a relationship with a married couple, and he wanted her, and I'm just like, bruh, like you got too much going on, like. I don't understand it. Like, I just don't get, like, what all the trouble is because then, like she was saying, dude was getting jealous because he couldn't have her there every day. And I'm like, see, that's, you know what I'm saying? There's just too many problems with that type stuff. Like, I don't know. I just don't agree with it. But whoever agree with it, cool. Like, I respect it. I ain't got no problem with it. But I just need somebody to really help me understand it because I'm lost. I don't get it. But if I don't understand it, like I told her, everything is not meant to understand. Like, everything is not meant to understand. And I told her that, and I'm like, I understand that. I'm okay with that. If I just don't understand it, no matter what you say, then it's just obviously not meant for me to understand. So, boom. There's that. But, yeah. But, so, basically, that's how my weekend went. UFC, watched some football today. And I tried to learn about poly. I'm lost. I'm just like, boom. I'm just out of it. I don't know. So I need somebody to help me with that. And then, like, tell me who y'all's team is. I don't need them bandwagon. Fuckers, like I'm saying. I don't need you bandwagon. Yeah. Tell me who y'all's team is within week 2. If I don't hear nothing then, it is what it is. But I don't have a team, so. Whoever wins just wins. You know what I'm saying? I'd be happy for my homies if they team is the ones that won, but I don't care. I don't even really have an NBA team. I got a college team. Duke University. Let's go Duke. Let's go Duke. You know what I'm saying? So I already know it's gonna be some UNC play. Oh, we can't be friends. You UNC. You like Duke. You like the Dukies. Well, throw up your UNCs and I throw up my Dukes and we can settle it out. You know, I'm time back. But yeah, man, I'm about to get out of here. I gotta head out. I gotta go somewhere. I just had to get on here and get this off my chest. I need somebody to help me understand this. Like, I just don't get it. And hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube. Follow the TikTok. It's the LT Podcast. The Facebook page, LT Podcast. The YouTube is the LT Podcast channel. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to get on the podcast, hit me up. Inbox me, LT Podcast, and we can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. That's all it is. Don't ask me what it's about. It ain't about nothing. Don't ask me if you know what I'm saying, if there's anything you don't want to talk about, tell me beforehand before we start rolling the cameras. You know what I'm saying? And we will not talk about it. Of course, there's going to be some questions I'll ask. If I have to, I'll write it down so I don't ask you the question you don't want me to ask. And I feel like if you come up here, if you come on the cast, you should know what to say and what not to say. That, you know what I'm saying? You know what to do and what not to do to get in trouble. You know right from wrong. So, like, if you feel like, even if it's something that I asked you on the cast and you feel like there's something you forgot to tell me not to ask, just like, I don't really feel too comfortable answering that. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. Next, you know what I'm saying, move on. We just chopping it up anyways, just like what we'd be doing on the couch. So y'all get with me, like, comment, subscribe, follow all the pages, get at me, show some love. I show love back. You got a YouTube, I got a YouTube. I subscribe to you, you subscribe to me. You know, it's a full circle thing. It's almost like money. Views, subscriptions, and stuff. It's almost like money. It makes the world go round. You know what they say? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Basically, not literally. You scratch your back. I don't mean that literally, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just look out. I look out. Yeah. So with that being said, let me see, nothing else I got to say before I get up out of here. Yeah. Anyways, I did get that haircut. Yeah, y'all see it. Check me out. Let me know how I look. What do you say? How I look, Daddy? Like a damn snitch. But yeah, man, I'm out of here, man. Y'all be safe. Thanks for watching the channel. For the ones that do watch it, it's the LT Podcast, and don't forget to go on Buzzsprout.com and check out the 2 episodes that's on there. They limit it to you. They limit you to how much you can upload a month. So we'll have some new ones coming on there. To be the ones that's already out, then again, it might not be. So just keep checking on that. And I appreciate the ones that's downloaded my first episode. You know what I'm saying? Beckley, West Virginia is number 1. And I think it was like Virginia was number 2 or something like that. I have to check again. But I appreciate it. And love, we out.